context of this conversation is very important. It's building a billion-dollar business in India, and we hope to see them emerging from here.
Some of you want to build businesses or want to become part of something. It's very important that you have a market where you can sell. I actually made maximum money while I was studying and 5 years after that. We should have people over here, hopefully, who will build billion-dollar companies. And potentially they'll take a check.
Great. So welcome students to this AMA with Raviji. The title and the context of this conversation is very important. It's building a billion-dollar business in India, and we hope to see them emerging from here. So that's our aspiration, and that's what we want to support. So this conversation is about entrepreneurship, about innovation, about Indian economy, about geopolitics. Feel free to ask whatever you want to. Over to Raviji.
Thank you, Sahil. That was a big introduction, mostly from LinkedIn, I think. Okay. So don't take it seriously. I'm an engineer. I build things. I'm lucky enough that some of the things which I've built, I've sold it. By the way, I got my first check as an engineer. I wrote a cross compiler. Then I wrote several encoders when I was a student. I actually made maximum money while I was studying and 5 years after that. So it's very important. If some of you want to build businesses or want to become part of something, it's very important that you have a market where you can sell. The things which I talk now most is about the companies, entrepreneurs with which I'm associated. So I'm as good as my entrepreneurs. Few of them are building machines, a few of them are building space companies, etc., etc. And hopefully all of them will become more than just $1 billion companies. Right? And we should have people over here, hopefully, who will build $1 billion companies. Yeah. But tell me who you guys, what do you study and what do you want to do?
Sir, I am from Faridabad. My first aim is to get into investment banking and VC and private equity. So what are your views on like best pathway to get into that?
If you're interested in the part where your passion is towards economics and markets, then you should go for private equity.
That was my first preference, but because funds are not available to a student.
Pre-college fund is not available in India, but globally, nobody stops you to publish a paper in GitHub or Stack, right? Nobody stops you in creating your own blog and write. Nobody stops you to write to deans across colleges, Yale, Harvard. So I think, look, certain things are partly because they're in head. We like to restrict ourselves in the ecosystem, which is our own prison which we have created. But if you want to fly beyond that particular prison, and if you're very convinced that you have something to give back to this world, it's an extremely connected world, and that is irreversible. The world is going to become far more connected. Markets may be in silos, but the world is going to become very connected. So nobody stops you. You should look at the entrepreneurship course also. I think we have everything in entrepreneurship. We are teaching private equity, we are teaching venture capitalism, we are teaching markets, we are teaching economics, everything. I think we should seriously look at that course.
Sure, sir, we'll look into it.
You're the first young person who I've met. Private equity guys are supposedly rich, powerful, but very boring, right? No.
Sir, it is so nice to meet both of you. My name is Nakul, and my question is, you have been to Harvard Business School. So what do you think you did like extra from others which made you get there, and what should be like the most feasible option for any other student here to get into Harvard Business School?
I think education and relationship are way more important than the rationale to pursue a particular brand. Just because you are fascinated by the name, there is a good chance that you will fall. So don't focus on something which is aspirational for someone else. What is your purpose? And if your purpose is getting materialized by a person or by an institution, and that institution can be Rishu or it can be in Harvard, then you should pursue that. And if there is a purpose behind that particular passion, you will get it.
But sir, don't you think, I might be wrong with this, लेकिन जैसे आपका VC में भी काफ़ी हिस्ट्री रहा है और आई गेस आप करंटली भी एक्टिव इन्वेस्टर हो, अगर आपके पास कोई आता है फाउंडर, वो अच्छे किसी जैसे IIT हो गया या हार्वर्ड का एग्जांपल लेते हैं, वहाँ से आता है, तो ट्रस्ट फैक्टर बढ़ नहीं जाता उसके साथ? मतलब
होता होगा, दूसरों के लिए होता होगा, हर एक का अपना अपने इन्वेस्टर्स दो. So the question which you should ask me is that, Ravi, what is your investment thesis? My investment thesis is not based upon who you are, what is your family background, what is your education, from where you come. My thesis is what you are building and is there a market for that. People trust folks who are passed out from IIT not because they come from IIT, because their precedence of people who have been IITians and their success is very high, not because they have been taught. And with due respect to professors of IITs and everyone else, it is because of the students and their pedigree, what they have done. It's not that IIT has given something to them. It is the name which they have given to IIT. They have created the ecosystem of IIT. कल आप ऋषिवुड का ecosystem कर दीजिए, ऋषिवुड का हो जाएगा.
Hello sir, this is Ram. I'm currently a public leadership student at Rishiyut. So my question is, so companies' ideas are being stolen by others. So is there any code of ethics to deal with this duplication?
Markets exist, and that's a very cold answer. You may or you may not like it. There are some people who want to buy an Apple phone on the first day of its release. There are people. There are some people who want to wait for 2 years till the prices come down and then they will buy. And there are some people who are not interested in these two. They will find a replica done by some Asian country and they are very happy with that. So market exists. It's up to you where you want to play that particular market. Of course, there are laws in terms of protection of patents, protection of copyright, protection of design, etc., etc. Okay, but world is not a black and white world. It was always a gray world. Okay, and ethics, by the way, it's your ethics versus mine. Truth is also like that. So there are markets for each and every one, and there will be if there is a merit in your product, people will buy that particular product. Okay, it depends upon which market you want to address. If you have groomed someone and they have become bigger, their success is bigger on their own. Business-wise, if you are smart, you would encourage them and you will take a stake in their company, because the fact of the matter is they either worked very hard or they are smarter than you. They have built a businesses larger than yours, purely from an entrepreneurship perspective. You have to fight it out. They are your competitors. You have to fight it out. You cannot depend upon government or regulatory bodies to be on your side unless the law has been broken.
Any final thoughts you would like to share?
No, look, if anyone is an entrepreneur, I would like to meet all of them so that I can learn from them and potentially they'll take a check. We are building an India. We have to create jobs. I think that time is over that we run after jobs. I think this is the time when we disrupt our sectors, we scale existing sectors, we build this, we take this opportunity and build our country into such a remarkable country, such a remarkable era which has probably been written in history books. Yeah.
Our maker space is coming up soon, and Raviji, we will be personally, coaching students who are really interested in building something, and we are sure that $1 billion businesses will be coming out of here.
Yeah.
All the best.